Hey guys, it's Tanner with Built Not Bought, and I'm going to show you how I built this white oak dining table. Let's dive right into it. So I needed cylinders and I don't have a lathe, so I built this spinning death bomb of a jig, and it actually worked like a charm, you guys. I took a 6 by 6 inch block of white oak and turned it into a perfect 5.5 inch cylinder.
Holy crap, guys, we've got a huge cylinder. This is a 5-inch cylinder, 2 feet wide. I know you can't hear me very well, but it works.
Now onto the top. I had to glue this up into 2 sections before I combined it into one because she's a big girl, 52 inches wide, 100 some inches long.
Next, I take my piece of scrap wood, I line up my midpoint right on this nail, and I put it on the outside edge of this one and the inside edge of my other nails. Just like that. Got my outer nails marked on a line on both sides so I know where I want that curve to end, and I've got my midpoint in the middle. And then it's as simple as taking a pencil and tracing that curve. And here you can see that curve I traced. These are going to be some cool legs. They're going to be rounded on the edge. There's going to be a curve cut out, and then there's going to be a cylinder on top. So I just added, here's that bottom leg upside down right now. I just added these little riser blocks, and I'll put threaded inserts in here, and then I will sand everything along that curve I cut over there. I will say I probably should have sanded this before I put that block there. I think it'll be fine, but I think I've just had a little bit more room to work my sander in here, and now I'm gonna be hitting this lip if I'm not careful. So order of operation is a little off, but that's pretty typical for me. I kind of just wing it, going with a better plan than what I do. So this is super nerve-wracking. I wish I had a CNC for this very task, but I basically took my cylinder pillars that are going to go on to these legs, traced it with a fine lead pencil, and now I'm going to go around with my marking knife, and I'm just going to scribe that line that I traced with my pencil, and just gently score the edge of the surface. And I'm gonna have to freehand route this, which is, like I said, extremely nerve-wracking because one wrong move and all of the hard work that has led up to this point is kind of out the window. So right here I have my bit at the final depth, right? And there's just, like, here's my little sight glass, okay? And I have my phone way up in here, and I can see better with my phone now than I can with my eyes. So like, I'm peeking through this tiny little bit here as I'm scooting around. It's just really, really difficult. And I'm really happy with this. There's a little bit of a mark right here that I have to get out, and I've got these really shitty gouges from a long time ago, but they work nice to, you can kind of see that little ledge on the camera right there. I'll just tap that down with the hammer and clean that up. But CNC, man, push a button and it's done for you. Not fully seated, but it's gonna work. Now I gotta get that back out of there. Oh boy, gotta love it. Dry fitting is something that's 100% necessary, but it's a pain in the ass because you'll do something like I just did and pound something home, and then you got to get it back out, fine tune it for the final glue up. But we got 1 down, baby. 4 to go. 3 to go.
This was an unforeseen mistake on this project. As I was spinning these leg pieces on my jig, it exposed a couple of the actual dominoes in the cylinder. So I quickly routed and chiseled out the domino itself and then patched it with a like white oak piece to match the grain a little bit better. This one is going to be hidden behind the metal stretcher, so I'm not too worried about that. But the other one I wanted to kind of blend in as best I could, and this white oak patch did the job.
All right, you guys. This has been a project of doing a lot of kind of sketchy, you know what. The next thing that I'm gonna do, that might be the most sketchy thing thus far, is I have a 3-inch hole saw bit rigged up in my drill press. And I'm going to try and drill a 3-inch hole in a solid white oak cylinder. So I don't have anything flat to reference off of, but it's important that I keep it as square as possible so that when I run a metal stretcher from one leg to the next, everything fits and looks good. So I'm going to say a quick little prayer and clamp this baby down and give it my best shot. So this one went very well. I've got this block system rigged up here, so I have a flat reference for my router.
So the face of my router was hitting the bottom of the leg, so I was only able to go down about a little over 3/4 of the way. So I'm going to finish this all out with a chisel and a mallet. Once I got the base on the bottom of the table, I marked out my lines for threaded inserts to attach the base to the table. And I also added some threaded leg levelers to the bottom of the base. I do this on all of my tables. It's a quick way to ensure that the base and table stay nice and flat and don't wobble.
Here it is. The finish on this top, I'm super, super happy with. That beautiful natural white oak color with just a tiny bit of a satin sheen, but it still looks so natural. And then this base. I had this in my head and it didn't disappoint. I'm really, really proud of this base. I have to do a little bit of touch up on the black paint on that stretcher, but how cool does this table and base look?